Welcome back.
Something you have to remember too with these doors, both glass and aluminum, is there's deflection in these doors. Like you take a hollow metal door, you're not going to get you're not going to be able to bend that very much. But with aluminum and glass, you can bend that a little bit. So the area of engagement with a roller bar latch is not ideal, we'll say. There's some other stuff out there that has a larger area of engagement into the strike that even when you are able to bend that door a little bit, it's not going to pop out of that strike.
Yeah. You nailed it. Glass deflects. That's your first problem. Now there's little tricks to get away from that. You can go thicker glass. I mean, thicker glass isn't going to deflect as much. You can add vertical stiles to the glass. That's going to stiffen it up. Full height handles on the exterior will also help stiffen the glass, but there's still
mid post, right?
yeah, but there's only so much you can do. And then the other issue is our electric strikes. They do have a little bit of slop in them, and that'll actually get bigger as time goes by. And yeah, the roller latches, they really have one tangent point on that latch or on that ball that touches or engages. And if that tangent point gets moved to the top of it at any way, it actually gets pushed down, and that's why you're able to open those. So yeah,
Okay.
a flat latch eliminates that. And yeah, they've been tested, much higher security testing and so forth.
All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. Tell me where I would want laminated glass in my building.
Security. I mean, there are certain areas where they have security needs and issues where people are breaking in, right?
I mean, I love laminated glass. I'd put it everywhere I could afford to put it. You know, for code right now, if you had a guardrail that was made out of glass and it had more than a 3 foot drop off, it would have to be laminated. If you had glass that was overhead like an awning, it would have to be laminated. I think it's a matter of time before maybe doors are going to have to be laminated because there's just all positives, to that where you added security. Also, tempered glass, when it breaks, it doesn't break, it explodes. It breaks into a million pieces, which is safe. No one's going to get cut on a bunch of small little tiny pieces. But at the same time, every piece of hardware that's on that door is going to drop to the ground.
Mhm.
Where if you had laminated glass, it would actually stay up. It would stay in place. The glass would break, but the inner layer would hold the glass together and hold it like a large piece of stiff cloth. So yeah, and you're not going to get through that. If there's a security issue, you can break the glass on laminated glass. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to get into that opening.
Do you think budgetary concerns
Oh,
maybe
100%. Yeah.
they determine that a lot of times?
I think it's getting better. I mean, when I started in the industry, there was not a lot of people doing tempered laminated glass because you needed an autoclave, which was this large pressure tank. You needed space for it. They were expensive. It was a big investment. But now I see, I mean, they're laminating glass inside plastic bags, and they're getting better at it too, where the other issue used to be the edges. You could see the inner layer and it'd be like, yeah, it looks great. But as soon as I open the door, yeah, this edge looks terrible. And now, I mean, the fabricators all across the board, they do such a wonderful job where, I mean, you can walk up to a piece of tempered lamy and not even know it's laminated until you get really right up next to it close. So yeah, I think it's definitely trending to where I'd put it everywhere.
Well, and it also depends on where you are geographically, like where you're watching us here from on this podcast today. Depending on where you are, you might going to need more. If you're at the coast, if you're on the coastline, if you're in Florida, Texas Department of Insurance is looking at adopting this across the board, not just like Florida, Miami-Dade originally did. So hurricane impact zones are going to be a big thing.
They keep moving inland too,
Yeah.
you know.
And you remember when we were in the car yesterday and we were driving and talking, oh, it was Dan and I, and we were talking about the smart pane units and glass and where it's going. I think laminate is also going to be part of the construction of glass moving forward because you're going to want to put like photo cells inside there to capture energy. Also electrochromic glass, like changing the colors of stuff. You can put different inner layers inside the glass and change color. So it's structural, it's for a reason, but it's also maybe partly for the design and how
Yeah, aesthetics too. And it's easy to block the light and then let it back in. You can get better STC ratings out of certain inner layers.
Oh yeah,
So
sound STC.
there's a lot of advantages to
What's STC rating, Dan?
sounds transmission
Coefficient.
coefficient.
Thank you.
I was getting there.
That was a test. You passed, sort of.
Thank you.
You cheated, but
He just asked because he didn't know. He wanted us.
I had no idea. It has nothing to do with it.
Trying to catch me.
All right, yeah, we've talked a lot about security today. I'm hearing that there's a 1,000-pound test that happens on glass. Can you guys tell me about that?
Yeah, I mean it's a pull test.
Okay.
It's not on the glass. It would be for the hardware
Right.
on the panic device. And it's because of what we mentioned before with the glass deflecting. Normally, depending on the thickness of the glass, the height of the door, you're kind of lucky to get maybe a 400-pound security test
And that's
before it.
that used to be the industry standard,
Yeah, yeah.
400 pounds.
But yeah, now we're passing 1,000-pound security test because of the innovation of the security flat latch and so forth. So,
And
so
would
yeah,
you say that the industry's trending more toward that maybe 1,000-pound mark?
I only know of one company who can do it right now, but it should be.
Yeah.
It absolutely should be.
And again, talking about hurricane impact zones, it's hard to get, especially an all glass door, to be able to function that way with these type of pressures. We have seen some success within some of our customers. There are people out there that are successfully doing this. So depending on what product you have, and like we all said here, depending on what you select and what the application is, you can probably get something that will work good and safe and secure for you.
All right. Well, we're about out of time. Any final thoughts you want to share with us today?
I thank you all for coming and listening in the metaverse, wherever you are, everybody coming, listening, and getting some information on door hardware.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for taking time out of your days to join us today. If you're watching, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for being here. See you next time.